Hello and welcome. Can you hear me? All right, I hear typing. That's always a good sign. My apologies, had a little tech difficulty. I want to thank you for coming today. We have a fantastic session planned next. We have Zinnia Zauber, who is a superhero, an amazing educator, a creative, a designer, and one of my heroes. Zinnia, over to you.
Thank you so much, Lara. I sure appreciate you introducing me and being the mentor here today. And I would also like to thank Wisdom for being the host today. And I want to thank all of you and Virtual World's Best Practices in Education for having me do this session. I have drank a lot of coffee, so hopefully I can get through all these slides in 30 minutes. And feel free, and then thank all the other hosts. I'm sorry if I forgot some. Thank you. I want to let you guys know that I really appreciate this opportunity to share with you today and to encourage you and to bring forth some older information that I've shared in the past. So let's see how we go. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to fix that. I was testing earlier. Okay. Does it make you guys feel better that some people make mistakes? Why does it keep starting right in the middle? Okay. Nope, it keeps going back right to the middle of where I tested it before. Thank you guys. I appreciate you taking time. While I'm just trying to fix my speakeasy, I'll encourage all of you to grab a copy of my book, which is up here in the front, and it's just a lovely little prop at the little gift. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Okay, welcome to Action Facts, Superheroes, and Authentic Avatars. Thank you for joining us today. I am Renee Amiko Brock, and you might know me as Zinnia Zauber as well. I'm an artist, instructor, and superhero. I'm a professor of multimedia communications at Peninsula College in Port Angeles, Washington, United States. And this is a link to my department. And you can find my work in a couple different places. So here's 80 million links for you. And then most of the content in this presentation is available in my shared SlideShare site as well. So in 2011, I presented at several conferences about authentic avatar branding and building trust through your virtual presence. And a lot of the components of this came from my master's in fine art and visual art research and thesis. This was a bellwether moment to empower people to be truthful in their representation of their virtual self. Looking back and moving forward, this VWB Redux is an opportunity to include my book, Action-Packed Superheroes, your guide to revealing and utilizing your superpowers, and the purpose of your avatar to communicate your enthusiasm, openness, and mission. As pioneers in a virtual world teaching and learning, our trailblazing avatars forge ahead to build and encourage participation in online communities. As we look to the future, we want to learn from our past and utilize those educational experiments and successful research. In 2011 and since, I teach To discover how to create an expressive, consistent, and genuine appearance and animations that articulate your authentic motivation and differentiate you, your cause, and your business from other avatars. So you can see a picture of one of my students, Clara, and her avatar. And you can discover a lot about my research and how to use color in communicating your superpowers in my book, as mentioned before, Action Pack Superheroes. And you can find it on Amazon. And then here's the direct link. Okay, I know, a little too much plugging. Sorry. Let's talk about superheroes and superpowers. Everyone can be a superhero. And it's important for you guys to recognize that I'm not talking about fictional accounts. We're all actual superheroes. And then an avatar is a visual representation of yourself, your professional reputation, and a form of personal branding. I will say that all of this content is available online, these slides, so you'll have plenty of time to read them other times. So your avatar creates productive emotional interactions and encourages participation that online communities utilize. And we're in the thick of it at this conference. We really, connect with each other and our avatars. So what will we learn about? This is a short presentation and a mashup of my content that is about being an action-packed superhero and authentic avatars. So there's so much to share from 10 years ago, and I'm looking at the clock. So I want to try to be really fast and encourage you that, again, this content is available online and you'll be able to view it. So know yourself. By definition, an avatar is an object of worship, and it also can be an embodiment of perceptions and purpose of an individual. Okay. And it's all in your head. So, I've been requested to sit down. Okay. I normally don't sit. This year I've sat more than I've ever in all my life. So the original, we think about our self-image like in the Matrix, that there's a physical appearance that people are accustomed to projecting. And usually we generate this version of our physical ideal self between the ages of 22 and 25. Whereas this ideal self scheme is how we perceive ourselves and our place in the world and when we felt most productive and positive. So your avatar potentially could be a reflection of that time. And then our experiences and situations can also change this perception. It's all about being yourself, because no matter where you go, there you are. Buckaroo Banzai. And of course, you all know this avatar, right? When you talk about avatar branding, I think Buffy is a prime example. Our avatars go through an evolution over time, and we're still changing and improving. Some avatars are based on photos of actual people. Not all avatars look like the person they embody. And your avatar can be trademarked and protected. Your representation is your reputation. It's not all about appearance. Your intent and your action is how people will judge you in a virtual world. My avatar is based on my actual appearance, and I've always encouraged people to live the brand. Now, they don't have to look like themselves. So what is branding? So a brand is a definition, a name, a term, a sign, a symbol, and a combination of these things help identify the goods and services of a business and differentiate them from others. A successful brand will achieve these objects to articulate your message distinctly, demonstrate your credibility, emotionally connect to your target audience, inspire the buyer, and solidify loyalty. So imagine that, like with your avatar, that is what we're looking for to develop your brand. And we know, as we've talked about in some of the other sessions, that we are looking for our friends. This is my professional branding, which includes my 2 business names, Unique as You and Hue as You. My icons relate to my names, titles, and color system. For example, I was born in Japan, and my middle name is Amiko, and it is Japanese for smiling child, which is why I use my cheesy grin for my logo. So let's shift between avatars, branding, into superhero evolution. So we have a pre-hero and isolation. Those attempting to distinguish themselves from the pack are pre-heroes. Improving themselves and gaining notice by performing impressive acts motivates the pre-hero. If the pre-hero feels apart from or is mocked by the status quo, natural selection, hence the revolution has begun. I bet you all were pre-heroes. And the pre-hero often feels like it is them against the world, even when they are the ones trying to save it. Catalyst and tragedy. Most superheroes come into this existence by way of significant catalyst or personal tragedy, trauma, accident, or great loss. My brother taking his own life due to depression was my tragedy. This tragedy, or catalyst, launches an ordinary citizen into superstardom, heroism. How they react defines them. Mutation and transformation. The catalysts expose the weaknesses and real motivations and strengths which become your superpowers. This transformation can be physical or intellectual mutation. A mutation through education or altered perspective isn't an invisible transformation. Some choose to hide their true selves with disguises. Opportunity and education. Superpowers are revealed through an opportunity given or by training in one's passion. Destiny is calling you to give you a chance to take the path that best suits your abilities and interests. You get to save the day by just being your best self. And you'll find out that you are not alone. Are you amongst superheroes right now? Acceptance and mission. Great, so. Superheroes foster others and define a meaningful mission when they have independence to pursue their passion through work and play. The quest for high proficiency in their superpowers encourages lifelong training and research. Finding intention and positive results in their participation is the reward. Superheroes and connections. A superhero has to be genuine to themselves, their high morals, and others. Like a water molecule, regardless of the form, the substance remains the same. A water molecule may be rigid, fluid, or vapor. Sometimes students can be dense, flexible, or hard to capture. They all want to connect and be part of something unique and special and awe-inspiring. So as superheroes, we get to mold those H2O molecules. Like snowflakes, they bond as they find similarities, their stories, and missions to share a common ground. I think I have missing thing. So we're going to be talking about some additional things along the way. So revealing our superpowers and challenges. Okay, I just looked at the clock. Okay. So I have a missing slide. So I consider that our strengths are our superpowers and our weaknesses are our challenges. All right, so authentic avatar virtual identity assets. So we're switching from the superheroes, excellent, thank you, into our avatars. And again, a lot of this content is available, so you guys can get, dig a lot deeper into it with all my pretty pictures. So some important parts of us superheroes: integrity, so consistency of character. So these are going to be these persistence parts of ourselves. And you can see I'm using my D&D alignment tools here to talk about that. Your next one is going to be intensity. So you're going to focus on your passion. So that intensity is really significant, and it's a great way to get people's attention and have opportunities if you're able to identify your passion. Fidelity, being a star. So fidelity is that faithful input with high quality, accuracy, effective application. This is you broadcasting your awesomeness and that of others. Ability, so recognize and reward excellence. So the ability deals with, that active and achievable aptitude and development. Now, this is your superpower. This is the thing that you are excellent at and you love doing. And you want to support that in others. So revealing our superpowers and weaknesses. Mentioned before, I consider our strengths as superpowers and our weaknesses as challenges. Creativity is our superpower, right? So you want to ask yourself, what makes you mad, glad, rad, sad? To understand what motivates you. And when I ask this, this is kind of hard for people to think about. But, if there's something that makes you very sad, that tends to be the thing that will motivate you into action. If something really pisses you off, it'll motivate you to do something. And if you are awesome at something, it'll motivate you. What's your mission? How do you want to engage with the world? Affect, exchange, observe, and analyze. So a lot of you guys have seen this multiple times in my presentations, and it's part of my system. Then we can expand this out to the system to have a better understanding of how we can contribute to teams by claiming a corner or maybe between two corners. Where do you stand? Okay, so let me get this again. So you can see these are the different corners that you can be in. Affect, where you're doing things. Exchange, where you express yourself. Observe, where you feel. And analyze, where you think. And I want to tell you that green corner is often misunderstood. Those are the problem solvers. Okay, let's try it a different way. Color, what hue are you? So I'm going to let you look at these words. And you can choose some of these words. And then the next slide, which you can already see a sneak preview of, then you're going to see what these colors actually communicate. And these 16 colors are a shortened version of my 40 color system, which is in my book and in other places. And they're a quick cheat sheet to understand what color communicates. And when we think about our avatars, our superhero, we need to use color in order to communicate. And these colors can help us express your superpowers and what you want to represent. Okay, then let's jump into your avatar appearance essentials. Oh, so much information. So what's going to make you unique and extraordinary? Well, I'm just going to fly through these. But you can see one of the people on this slide is Agile Bill. And Agile Bill, I think, is more of a robot here at the convention. But I'm sorry, Bill, I don't have a picture of you in the physical world. I should have added that to the slides since we've met. And you wear the same helmet. But it's important that, you know, how we represent ourselves as avatars, you know, we get to have all of these different components that actually represent and tell stories. So then when we look at our profile, here's a chance for you to also, you know, identify and market your virtual self and encourage interaction. So I'm sure you've experienced this where people are scanning and reading through profiles through events like this and find out who you want to connect with, right? I know I could be in strange and unusual places and people are like, I'm an educator too. And then we connect and talk about what's possible. It's pretty awesome. And as I mentioned before, the color is an important thing of expression and influence and inspiration, and understand that those colors actually communicate specific things. In this slide, you can see a small segment of my closet. So how you dress and surround yourselves with colors and those words, you want to choose colors that will represent and describe you, and what it communicates is very important. So I will encourage you guys to do a little more research. Okay. I'm going to fly through some of these things. Okay. And then we get into our stance. So your animations that you use and how you move are pretty important. Your avatar's body language speaks for us. So what do your poses communicate? So I have a few funny little poses here. You can see all kinds of stances. I'm always seeking out ones that are like how I would move, sit, and carry on. I still need one that's got like the Isaac pose. Okay. So also your body is very important. What form will you take? Your size. And then let's run into the conclusion. And in conclusion, what it takes to produce this authentic avatar, which is also our superhero. So you need to articulate what you want people to know about you through your avatar's persuasive, persistent presence. You want to visually embody your mission, your brand, and purpose through your avatar. And you need to also understand how radically changing your avatar can break people's trust, unless that's how you've defined your persona, as that you change often. Also, enthusiasm leads to achievement, and the lead by example. And being yourself is the main thing. So I'm sure you wanted to see those colors again and find out what they mean. And again, that's just part of them. So I want to be sure that you express who you are and that you're an advocate of awesomeness. So as you're looking at this, I'm going to also encourage you all that you can visit my sim and learn more about color communication at What Hue Are You. And another shameless plug for my book. And here I am. Thank you very much. And a few more links. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Do you have any questions for the last 2 minutes? Oh, thank you. Let me get some pictures of you guys while we're here. Thank you so much, guys. I know this was a real fast thing, but it was a chance to bring back some content from 10 years ago that I had presented, and I sure appreciate this opportunity to share it again and encourage you all to be your best selves.
Yes, we.
AJ, I just thought about something. When you talked to Collins, did he pressure wash that sidewalk? Because remember, I got a final notice on that.
Thank
He said
you.
he was going to do it like about a couple of weeks ago. When I talked to him, he said he was going to do it the following week.
Okay, I better follow.
So I hope you guys enjoy the Out of the World parade and investigate all the exhibits.
Just
You
need to
can
make sure
find
he
my
said
Do
he was
Not
gonna do
Panic
it.
one, and you can color the towels, and learn about what all the different colors mean. Great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's wonderful to be surrounded by friends and super hero avatars. Thank you. Thank you again to all the hosts and assistants and the entire team. I appreciate it.